All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming to our first marketing class for Ignite. I am Jenny Sapien. I've been a real estate agent here for 2 years now. So I'm still a new agent. My background is marketing. So I've done marketing professionally for 20 years and decided to make a midlife career change and become a real estate agent. So a lot of the principles of marketing that I have done and learned definitely flow over to real estate. But it's still, a whole bunch of new stuff to learn. And, I have been very fortunate to be really successful in my first 2 years, as has Amithyst. And so I think today we want to kind of go through, the slides and stuff, but I think we really want to just go off the cuff and tell you guys the things that worked for us. We are in the trenches every single day, like you guys, and we'd love to just tell you what works for us and what doesn't. So if anything that we can tell you is helpful, then that is a plus for us. And want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Amethyst. I'm going into my 4th year, but I just left my full-time career in the salon industry in December. So last year was crazy for me because I finally got really busy in real estate when I started investing my time into focusing on real estate. So it was time to make the switch. So as far as marketing goes, for me, because of owning a salon for 14 years, I had to market myself for that. Being in that business is very synonymous with this business. It's like a referral-based business. You put out good pieces of marketing and people will want to come to you because they're pretty things and they want to look pretty. So it all kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah, and I was also working a full-time job and doing this full-time essentially in 2020. So I just last year, so this is my first year only doing real estate. I was doing both a full-time career and real estate. So it's been a transition, and it was a lot of work doing both. I both realize, but it's sometimes what you have to do, and I think it made us better because we had to work harder.
Yeah.
So
I had to get down to breakdown meltdown point to give up the other career to just do this. So
yeah. And I think what marketing comes down to, kind of like you said it, and it's how I described it to my 4-year-old when she was 4 and she asked me what I did, and I said I do marketing. What is marketing? And to break it down to a 4-year-old, it's making things pretty so people want to buy it. And really, it's what it is, and it's that, and it's being a people person, and it's keeping in touch with people, and it's communicating with people. And I think that's 100% where our success has come from. Not necessarily the amazing marketing pieces we've done, but the people component and
the relationship,
and the fact that I think we both know a ton of people and worked really hard on it our lives. And even if you don't know a ton of people, you can start today.
I just found out yesterday we know even more people in common.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So I think we were both the little girls that would talk to everybody, and
talks too much.
Our parents told us to talk. So anyways, so we want to get started. I know we have a lot of stuff to go through, and like I said, we have kind of our stuff we would like to show you, some of the stuff that has worked. So we'll kind of start the presentation. You guys have the clicker? No, there.
Okay. There you go.
All right. Do you want to be in charge of clicking?
I'll try.
Okay. Okay. So today, basically, in order to run a business, you have to have a business. And so how do you have a business? You have to have clients. And so how do you have clients is you have to find leads. And I'll tell you, for me personally, I've never door knocked. I've never cold called. I don't even do flyers on doorsteps. I do neighborhood flyering or anything. So there are ways, just to let you know, to get leads without doing all that stuff, because I hate doing that stuff.
Same.
And when I don't feel good about what I'm doing, I'm not good at it. So what do I feel good about doing? It's connecting and the people that I like. And so that's where my successes come from. So anyways, lead generation for buyers and sellers. So, I think in this presentation, we're going to go through a bunch of ways that, you can do that. Of course, you can door knock and cold call, but we'll tell you our ways that we did it without doing that. So that's really your number one focus. It's kind of like on Facebook, we're going to talk about Facebook and social media, but what good is having all these amazing posts if you have nobody following you? You have no Facebook friends or followers. And so once you do get, buyers and sellers, how do you market to them? because they need to know, the number one thing they need to know is you are a working real estate agent. If they don't know you're a real estate agent, they're, every person probably has 10 friends that are real estate agents if they were to look into their sphere. So how do you stand out to be the one that they want to reach out to? And so that's where marketing comes in. So first you got to get the people, get the clients, and we'll give you our ideas of how to do that. And then you have to properly market to them. So yeah, and so really it's just marketing versus prospecting. Again, prospecting is finding the people, and marketing is getting them to like your pretty stuff. So and that's all I had to say about that one. Do you want to go back to the one previously? So and again, if I'm talking too much, you tell me.
I'm good. Yeah.
So there's expensive ways to do marketing, and there's low to no cost ways to do marketing. And so especially when you're beginning, you don't have a ton of money to spend on that. So there's, again, money intensive ways, and there's time intensive ways. There's things that get you long-term results and things that get you immediate results.
Like, yeah, if you have a bunch of money, you can go pay for a bunch of leads from realtor.com or Zillow or something like that, which I've never done.
No.
Or you could join different associations and different events and go talk and meet people. And that's getting you right in front of somebody. And I think that's more effective than trying to follow these, online leads that could be cold leads even after you paid for them.
Yeah, 100%. My most effective marketing has been zero cost stuff. And, you don't have to pay a bunch of money. I've wasted money for sure.
I've wasted money too.
For sure. And you kind of have to waste money to realize it doesn't work, and then to find cost effective ways to get to people. So, okay. And so again, there's prospecting and there's marketing, and there's the middle ground where some of these things, are both. But for today's class, we're going to just talk about marketing. We'll kind of go through some of those, and
we discussed this. We don't do these things.
We don't do a lot of those things,
like radio,
at all.
TV,
because it's super expensive.
billboards.
If you have a
We're
ton
not
of money,
there.
then totally go all out. But most people don't have a ton of money to do this, especially when you're starting. I don't know very many agents that do radio, TV, newspapers.
The moving van thing is brilliant, but that's down the line.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Like you see Taylor and Michael's band, that's super cool. But they, obviously they've been doing it, and they have a huge business, so they can do that sort of thing. One thing that's super cheap is the thing that I think everybody gets for free when they sign up, and that's why I wore this is this. I will tell you that I try to wear this or a logoed KW shirt as many places as I can when I'm at the bank standing there in the grocery store line. And I can't tell you how many people have, you see this and then you're like, oh, Keller Williams. And then they ask you, well, what is the market like right now? Or what do you think? Or my daughter is looking to buy a house, and it's just a conversation starter, and it costs you $0 because you get it for free, right? I got this for free.
Yeah, you get it with your sign up. You can also get wonderful swag like this.
Yeah, totally.
Amazon.
Yeah, for sure. And if
we
you're
were talking about that the other day. Yeah.
if you're going to your kids, a school event, I'll tell you, a lot of my businesses come from the teachers or staff at my daughter's school, and they all know I'm a real estate agent, and I work really hard to let them know I'm a real estate agent. So I'm here.
You want to be the first person they think of, period. So you have to stay top of mind.
Right. And so these are cheap ways to do it, really cheap ways.
I want to stop real quick though. I want to know, so social media wise, where are you guys at with social media? Do you have an active social media?
Yeah, but I'm not really versed with, I was just being known, seeing everybody else do it.
Yeah. Well, and that helps. I mean, I know, I remember Amy says that she doesn't go out of her way to follow a bunch of other realtors. I did.
I friend request realtors and then I unfollow them, so that way I don't.
It doesn't mess up her own.
I want to talk to my
Algorithm.
people. I don't sell houses to realtors.
Yeah. So, but I like to see what other realtors are doing. So that's why I follow.
That's when I go snoop.
Yeah,
I know
okay.
specific
That makes
people.
sense. You add them and then unfollow.
Yeah.
They're still a friend, but you don't.
They're still a friend. I go on their page and I'm like, if I need an idea and I'm like, man, I can't think of anything. I usually do my own thing.
Yeah,
But
of
if I
course.
can't think of something, then
And sometimes it's fun to check in every, periodically to see what other people are doing. And then what about you guys with social media?
So, yeah, I do a little bit. I haven't until now. Like I'm on
Yeah.
Facebook. I just joined Instagram. I'm
Great.
trying to educate myself on that.
Yeah.
I tried to post my first video
You did
twice
great.
now. Another realtor's like walked in right when I was doing that. I was like,
You did great though, and I noticed that people were commenting, we're getting a ton of engagement. That's all that you need.
Yeah,
just
that's all you need.
engagement.
What about you two? Social media? Very little? Okay,
I'm trying to at least.
I do.
you do?
Yeah, it's harder for me with Instagram. It's not, I'm not tech savvy.
Okay, okay.
I love
I need help with
Instagram.
that.
Instagram's awesome, but I've never used social media for business yet. So I just need to.
So you have a base already? You have
Well,
friends
I'm
and
familiar
stuff?
with it,
Yeah.
yeah. I just need to turn it into a business.
Okay.
My problem is I don't post enough, so I've
Okay.
been more lucrative about just posting my personal life
Yeah.
and just like my family. So that way, when I do post
Yeah.
things about real estate, my name is already more up on the higher,
Mhm.
you know, where they're gonna see my name more. And I think it's an algorithm, like.
Yeah,
when your
absolutely.
posts work, So.
Well, and even checking into this class today. I think we talked about touching
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah,
You're just checking in today to say, this is what you're doing, this is where you are. Then it also incorporates real estate, but it's not, I'm at an open house. You know, you're just
Right.
saying what you're doing, you're checking in at Keller Williams. Boom, there's one post.
Is there a way to where I can create a business, Facebook account and send a personal request to all of my friends, my personal account?
You can't, you
Yes.
can invite them to like your business page and
Like I
you
send a
can,
personal invite to them?
yeah, there's a way to do it, like you just click all the people you want to invite, you know, and it'll send it out to them. But not everybody, what I find is you'll get a
Not
bunch of
everybody
people who
sees it.
accept it. And then not everybody sees it, or they'll see it, they're busy and haven't gotten to it, and then you get buried. So, you know.
I do that on a regular basis. Yeah, every month I go into my Facebook page for my business and I invite all my new friends, everybody that hasn't liked it yet. And I think I'm up to like 800, 900 likes or something, which is actually.
Right.
A tip that I was told though, because I did it that way, where you go and you mark everybody you're friends with and just, it asks them to like your page. But then I hired this company for a month and I didn't really like them, but I did learn this. The guy said, there's a way that you can actually send a message asking those people, but it's a blanket message, but it looks like to them, it came directly from you to them personally. And once I did that, I had already done the thing where I'd sent it to everybody, so it was only for the new people that hadn't
Right.
gotten it yet. And those people did like my page. So try it that way. I think you'll get more people liking it because it appears to be a personal invite message.
So you need to copy the link.
Yeah, I can't remember how you do it in
There's an
there.
automatic way. You don't
There's a
have
way
to-
you can do it.
Because I've been doing it and there's no way.
Do you do that? Do you do the message one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's like almost just a part of it now.
okay.
Like, that's just their new thing. is when
That's
you
so
send
much
it, it sends
better.
it in a message and it sends it in. I don't know.
Because I think before it would only just send it in a notification. So it's like, if they don't see that notification and they get new notifications, it's gone.
Yeah.
So
That's
unless
why I
they
do
go
it.
to your page and
That's
realize
why
they
I-
didn't like it.
That's why I do it over and over and over again.
Yeah,
And if I really want somebody, then I'll just message them. Be like,
Totally.
Hey, I'm looking to get some support on my realtor page. I was wondering if you wouldn't mind liking it also. If you want to, you can leave a 5-star review for me and that will really help people find my page faster. Just be bold, just ask.
yeah.
The worst you could get is a no and it's not gonna kill you.
If you don't ask, you don't get.
If you don't ask, it is a no.
Well, the more no's you get, you're closer to a yes.
Well, and feel free to follow us on our social media pages, and I'll tell you like what's worked for me is I had a personal before I became an agent, and then you have to have a business one, right? But I.
Authority, this is Marcia. Are you calling to report an injury?
That is.
Are you calling to report an injury?
We're inviting my home to.
There you go. I muted her earlier.
That's so funny, because that was my fear. And then I
Anyways, and so, what was I saying? So I also, my personal page, I keep it not private. And I know like everybody can have their own
Yeah, I need
feelings
to
about
do
that. you know, but I know that when I go on a listing appointment, or people are like, oh, there's my friend Jenny who's a real estate agent, you should call her. They're gonna stalk, because I do. I stalk everybody on Facebook. And I'm so excited when their pages are not private. And what I want them to know is like, hey, I'm just a normal person. I have a kid, I like dogs, I'm trying to lose weight. Like, I'm just a normal person. And also I do real estate, and here, I call it like evidence of success. Here is, you know, my evidence of success and why you'd want to work with me. So I do a mix of personal and business. I can't make it all business, because then you're just.
Then it
you're
gets too
annoying.
boring. It's like, I don't need to hear about real estate all the time. Like, here's my dog. Or
But
here's me at Disney World,
Yeah.
or whatever.
So most people who are on my business page are already my friend on my personal page. And I will say 80% of the business that comes from social media is coming from my personal page. And it's just easier to add more people and friend request more people on your personal page. So I suggest having both. If you're okay with it, and I understand, like, I know I post pictures of my kid and maybe personal things, and some creepy person can see that, you know, and so it's a risk I take.
But then you just block them. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, my block list is super long.
Oh my God, mine's so long too.
Block people I don't want to know my face, it's
Yeah.
totally fine, everything's open, everything about me, and that does work, because I've had people call me and say, I saw your sign outside of a house, and then I stalked you, and I just really like you as a person, so will you come and list my house?
Totally.
Like
It
that.
totally works.
Everybody looks at your stuff and make it easy for them too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so at the same time, don't do any weird stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
make sure, yeah, make sure you know you're, like, in your head when you post something, be like, if I wanted a client to see this, like, is that okay to post? You know, keep it appropriate
so
for
don't
what
talk
you
about
want to put out.
politics. Don't talk about like controversial
I never
issues.
talk about politics.
You can have your own opinions, but like, just don't post them, you know, on social media. And so, yeah, so social media, I will say, is a humongous bucket for me of where I've gotten. So it's people are watching, and I can't tell you how many times people have told me, like in a direct message, somebody who's been my friend, Jenny, I've been watching you. I've been watching you. And they've been watching me, and what they're seeing is that they're seeing that I'm posting just listeds, and I'm posting pendings, and I'm showing that I'm getting people in contract, and I'm selling houses for asking. And so they are watching. And so that's why, you know, like I said before, you know, I try to add 5 new people a day. I'll go on my friends' Facebook pages and find people that have things in common with me, maybe. And I'll add 5 people a day. And hopefully all 5 of them accept my friend request. Because there's no point in having a bunch of really good content if you have if nobody's watching what you're doing. So that kind of has to be the base. And so every day I try to do 5. If you're feeling frisky, do 10, you know.
Well, something I realized, she's right, everybody is watching. And the way that I realized that recently is when I announced my shift from doing my other career into this full-time. I had like 400 likes. I don't get that on these other posts, but that means all these people are seeing my stuff all the time, but they're not engaging with it, but they're seeing it. So just because you're not getting a page like or a comment doesn't mean that they're not watching. So remember that and be consistent. Don't let the lack of likes or comments, stop you from doing your posts.
Absolutely, absolutely, you're not gonna start, I just looked at memories, and it's like 25 likes, you know, stuff like that, and now I can get 100 if I post something pretty powerful. So don't stop, you have to keep creating content to get better at it and to get more people to follow.
And the more things they see that are successful, that you're doing successful. So even if, say, you're a new agent, you don't have like a ton of clients, you don't have any clients. Well, first of all, when you do an open house, nobody knows that it's not your listing. Like, we know, but nobody, like,
People
the public
always
know.
think it's your listing.
So if you look like you're doing, and I believe that if you're doing the work, putting stuff out in the universe, that stuff will happen. That it will just happen, even if you don't get any results from that open house, or you didn't get any results from that flyer. I really believe what you're putting out will come back to you. Something will kind of trickle down. But like I said, people are watching, and here's an example. I have a friend that I met 10 years ago. We became Facebook friends, but like, we literally never talked. And we would, you know, post on each other's like kid pictures or happy birthday. And again, when he was ready to buy, he messaged me, Jenny, I've been watching you. We are ready to buy our house, and I know you're the one I want. to help us. And that's somebody I hadn't literally talked to, not on the phone, not in person in 10 years. And from him, I've gotten like 4 either buyer side or lister side just from him. And this is the person I haven't talked to in 10 years. And so just know people are watching. And so if you have, like I said, you're new, nobody knows if you're going out looking at houses. Go look at open houses on the weekend, even if you have no clients.
Or go look at vacant houses, make yourself a little tour of vacant houses and act like you're doing a home tour.
Yeah.
And just video it and be like, oh, out showing homes today.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows whether you have a client with them or not. I never video my client when I am with my client.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, like I don't show my client when I legitimately am, nobody would know the difference. So like hype it up.
Oh yeah, new homes, that's a huge thing. I'm big in new homes. I actually my sales and marketing board member for the North State Building Industry Association. And so new homes, if you don't know, like new agents, like you can get 2.5% or more, literally doing nothing but bringing your client in there, getting them to sign up. And if they buy the house, you literally get to stand back and do nothing and get a check.
Unfortunately, Lennar is not one.
Except for Lennar or Elliott, neither of them do. But anyways, like I said, even if you have no clients, on a Saturday, on a Thursday when they're open, go tour new home communities. I used to do it a lot more, but I've just been too busy. Tour it. Take pictures in the models. Post, how many floor plans, how many square feet, what's the price range, how much is the HOA. And again, it looks like you're doing stuff. You're busy. You're successful. And it's evidence of success, even if it's just you by yourself, nobody knows. But when you do have a new listing, you do have something go in contract, go pending or close, make it a big deal on your Facebook page. For my buyers, I do, because I think it's a very exciting thing. It gets their keys. And I sold this from a new home builder that I saw. I do my red carpet with my red rope stanchions, and and it's kind of a thing I do. And, I'll tell you, I get the most comments or likes when I do that, because it's exciting and fun and different. So find out how you can be different. Anything I do, I'm happy if I'm happy for you to copy me. I copy lots of people.
I mean, I copied her on something. She
Yeah,
shared something with
you guys
me.
all the time.
Yeah, well, and I copied Helen. Helen had this, and I was like, I need one. So I had my graphic designer whip one up.
And then
I love that.
she just told me that she got a stamp. I was gonna do a wax stamp on her listing presentation.
When you sign this, it goes to a landing page, you sign it. So it's a sign-in sheet, and then once you sign it, it directs you to my website.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
But I made it general so that if I do an event, then it doesn't say open house sign it just says sign.
yeah, I'm totally gonna
Capture
copy that, and I'm gonna copy
information.
this. And I feel
I
like,
just got that.
I feel like that's the highest flattery, is to copy somebody.
So this is a wax seal that I'm gonna do like a purple wax, and it's just my logo, no words, because I don't want potential sellers to know yet that it's from a real estate agent until they open it. But what's gonna make you open a purple manila envelope with like a lavender wax seal on it? You're gonna be like, what is this I got in the mail? You're gonna open it, and I at least want you to look at it before you throw it away.
And how unique is it? Like, who does that anymore?
Right.
No one does.
Well, I wanna market to older people, so I'm like, they're gonna be like, that's real cool. That's
Yeah.
like old school,
And that's a really great idea.
That was my wife's idea. I can't take credit. I just had it designed.
No, but it's amazing.
Of course, anything old man, Bianca would tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like you said, like when we do send things out, and when I do mail things out, I mail it to a targeted group of people may need my services. It's not just like the whole neighborhood. Because I'm gonna waste all my money. But when
Which
I
I've
do
done.
send something out, I'm gonna do like a big, and I get these on Amazon. I'm gonna do like a big colorful theme. Like you get this in the mail, you're gonna open it.
You wanna know what it is. You're like,
When I
who's sending you
send
this?
note cards, I do like, it's all colorful, it's all, and it's not expensive stuff. But when you do mail, because mailing is expensive, postage is totally expensive. So if you're gonna take the time to do that, make it effective, and do it to the people that are gonna have the highest chance of getting stuff from.
Yeah. Well, and we can just start to pass around so you guys can check stuff out.
You handwrite your envelopes, or do you use?
I always handwrite,
So-
100%.
This can just be passed around of like stuff that I've done. It's like part of it is like, some of it might be redundant to my listing presentation too. I'll
I just sent you a friend request on Facebook, by the way.
Perfect.
So
Will you write me a message and ask me where I did this? I thought it was coming from China, but it came in like 2 weeks, so it didn't.
There's so many.
But the
things
company was a Chinese
on
company, they were hard to
so many
communicate with.
websites for you to find out. To be perfectly
Yeah.
honest, you don't need to email her.
But I will,
Google
no,
it.
I'll send her the link.
No, I know.
Because it actually came really fast. I'm happy with the quality, because I was like, how is this gonna work? Like, I mean, they were kind of hard to communicate with, but then once they sent the mock-up, I was like, yeah, that's perfect.
What is your logo?
So when I had my salon and I rebranded, I did a new logo and I wanted it to look like an amethyst gemstone, but I didn't want it to be on the nose. I don't want this to really look like a gemstone. So it's just a geometric shape. And then when I started in real estate, I'm like, why can't I use a geometric shape for real estate as well? I'm already branded. Why wouldn't I continue the same brand? So I was Amethyst Boutique Salon, and then I became Amethyst Real Estate. So it's just a geometric shape that sets me apart. Everybody has a little house. Everybody has a little key. So, well, and that was something we were gonna talk about is she's been in marketing. She is a graphic designer. She could design her own logo, but it's almost the hardest thing
So I
to
have
design for
major
yourself.
control issues because I'm a graphic designer as well, so I haven't had the time because I've been so busy. I'm a mom, you know, I just haven't had the time, but the difference between us is she has been lucky enough to have she's been her own brand. I've spent the last 20 years working on other companies' brands, representing them in the marketing function, so I don't have a logo yet, and I hate that I don't have a logo.
But it's the hardest to design for yourself.
It's
So it totally makes sense.
because I'm a graphic designer, it's like I'm gonna be super hard on myself. I don't want just like a house with a key. It has to be super unique to me.
Yeah.
So it might be a flamingo, I don't know.
I totally makes
So anyways, so a lot of the things I do are just KW. So here's the difference, like she's got this awesome brand, but I'm still being able to be successful with just using KW branding.
Yeah, you're rookie of the year, you're doing just fine.
So
So
you
I
don't need to go out and spend all that money getting a graphic designer. Like I traded mine free haircuts for 14 years, $60 haircut every 4 weeks. Now I'm paying for it now that I don't do hair anymore. And that's an interesting thing when you get that bill.
You better just.
Oh, yeah.
You just need to put a wash station and something in the back, so you like. no,
I was
I'll be cutting your hair.
Okay.
I was gonna say the same thing. I'm like, you should still do that, but like, I used to do hair. It was
I
like,
passed
me-
him
me and
off.
Jenny
I
talked-
passed him off.
We actually talked about this before you were talking, we were brainstorming, and when I first started out, you're not a brand. Nobody knows who you are. They only know you by name. If you have never been a brand before, and then you just start branding, no one is going to recognize it. It's about brand recognition. They recognize your name though. So when I first started out, my professional Facebook page was Amy Tremaine Realtor. And that's it. And it was that way for years. And then I started the Tremaine Real Estate team. And I branded and I paid to be branded. And then I just changed it to Main Street Properties, spelled like my last name, Mayne. But people are going to recognize that because I've been in business for 7 years. And they're gonna know, oh, Maine, that's spelled like Amy's name. I get it. I have a following going now. So don't worry too much in the beginning about branding as much as getting out there. Get out there first.
Yeah, if I didn't have that already set up, I would have been doing the Keller Williams stuff. And I still think that there's value in doing Keller Williams. So I'll say Amethyst Real Estate for Keller Williams. Like I had my graphic designer put on my letterhead, there was like a space that was there. And I was like, how do you put the Keller Williams logo in that? Because I don't want to look like that I am my own brokerage. I am all about Keller Williams. I want everybody to know that I still am part of Keller Williams.
Well, and you have to for DRE.
Well, yeah, that's on like, all my signs and all my stuff. Yeah.
But like mine, so like I said, I mostly, so even though I am a graphic designer and I definitely could spend a lot more time doing cuter things, I just don't have time. Like literally I don't have time. So I use Michael Lewis Marketing Suite. I know we have designs and stuff and things in command.
You have Michael Lewis Marketing available for everyone.
Yeah, so everybody has it. And so I'll just tell you, I like it. And there's a thing on the main page that's like and if you ever want to know exactly where it is, I can show you. Just let me know. But this is like how like I do this, like when I do a CMA. So like what I do is when I do mail out things and I'm trying to target a specific group, I'm going to use the big mailer so it stands out. I'm going to handwrite the letters. I'm going to handwrite the address.
And don't put real estate on it. You want them to open it.
Yeah, I do put the our office address because I don't want anybody to know where I live in case something's creepy. But anyway, so like I do this kind of stuff in Michael Lewis Marketing Suite. When I do those things, I'm trying to target a specific audience. I do like a 3-page CMA. I take their address. I, find out what are the comps in their address, 3 pages. Oh my God.
Hey, you're the teacher.
I am like failure today.
Where's a ruler? Where's
Oh
the
my
gun
God.
scrap?
Oh my God. In
In the corner, 30 seconds, Jenny.
Anyways, I'm just showing you what like I do in something that we have Michael Lewis Marketing Suite. And so,
And it looks good. Like, I thought that you had it designed.
no. And so like, so this particular section of Michael Lewis Marketing Suite that I'm talking about, again, I can, if we have time, I'll pull it up and show you, but I'll just show you like, so I do a CMA and like you can do some key pieces. So even as a new agent, one of the things that I think is the most important thing to do is to put together a sheet like this where it's my team. You might think, oh, I'm just like one person, I'm just an agent, I'm new, I don't have a team, but you do. So like on my team, John's on my team. He's on all your teams. Amy's on all your teams if you're in the coaching program.
Yeah, you could say business coach.
When I was in the coaching program, Karen was my coach. And so she was on my her picture and her name was part of my team. This is my transaction coordinator, Crystal. So all of you, if you haven't done a deal yet,
I totally copied her.
yeah, it's fine.
It's
So
brilliant.
I'm totally copying you. So-
Brilliant.
And like I said, I'll pass these around. You can copy word for word everything I'm doing. There's you definitely all have a transaction coordinator. If you don't already have one, hook up with one even before you do have a transaction. That person is on your team. John's on your team. I do have a person that helps me. Her name is Erica, and she's awesome. And but anyways, you at the minimum have like a team of 4 people. You, Amy, John, and a transaction coordinator. And so when somebody sees this, when you send out a CMA, they're like, dang, like she has a team, like she has people helping her. So super easy to make yourself look like you're the bomb. Do you have a question?
Yes, so when you mail out to targeted audiences, do you individually stamp each one or do you pay for free post?
Everything I do is individually. So I want it to look like it's a stamp, and if I can get a cute looking stamp, I'm gonna get a cute looking stamp. I'm gonna handwrite in like a pretty color marker. I'm gonna have a bright colored envelope because you want it to stand out. You want it to look like you did it personally. I don't want to be one of those that's why, anytime you get a postcard in the mail, don't you throw it away. I totally do. And that's why I've wasted money on postcards.
I've totally wasted money on postcards.
Nope, I've
Like
never,
hundreds of
ever,
dollars on
ever
postcards.
gotten.
They're cute, but nothing from it.
So like what I started doing is I, get with your title rep. Everybody has access to a title rep. We have ones that, use in particular need advice, but instead of going to a whole neighborhood, I'm gonna find the people who could use my services, like people 65 and older, that like downsizers, 65 and older, get your title rep to do like, who in this particular neighborhood is 65 and older
With a
with a
two-story home.
two-story or a home over 2,200 square feet, who, if you're older, you're not gonna wanna live in a 2-story, you're not gonna wanna have a big house to keep up.
So they're
Find
gonna be
out
most likely to move.
Who's getting divorced, the chances of somebody who's getting divorced and needing your services is a lot higher than the average person. Out of state landlords.
That's
that are-
on record.
Those are all things that title companies can get you for free. And
Also
so,
vacant land, because it's just costing the owner money in taxes, so if they don't plan to do anything with it, target vacant land, and you can find out their address, because their address obviously isn't vacant land address. So
Right.
title can help you figure out the address of the seller.
yeah, also a big one is death of joint tenant that I use. So if, your husband or wife dies, the likelihood and the percentage of that person needing to sell in the next year or so is a lot higher than the average Joe. So if I'm gonna spend money, and it cost me like $2 to mail, like with all my little.
I think my packet, the postman figured out with me, it's 2 regular stamps and a postcard stamp.
So even if you do 5 of these a week, right, and you just break it up into smaller amounts of money. And like I said, what I do is I do a cover, because it's a better cover than the one that comes in the CMA. Like I don't like the random one they do.
I use it because it's like in my thing in the
Yeah.
middle, but yeah.
So I do a custom one, and then I do the CMA, just 3 pages. I'll also do a letter, and if you want, a copy of my letter, just let me know. Like
I
you.
copied your letter.
Basic. But then at the back of the CMA, I put, hey, here's my team. And then
Now, is that one with the team, is that?
Michael Lewis.
The free area or is it, or are you paying for stuff?
So Michael Lewis marketing team, this is on there and I just modified it. So I do have a template if anybody
Who do you have on there again, Jen?
on my team.
Uh-huh,
So John,
okay.
our transaction coordinator.
Uh-huh.
If you're in the coaching program, you'd have Amy or Alita. Me, and then I do have an assistant. So if you ever have an assistant, or even if you have a virtual assistant, like anybody that helps you, I put on here, and then I put what their title is, and then this is just a little bio of me. So to me, I think this is, if you do nothing else, include this, because every single person has at least 3 people on your team, and it's not just you. And when you say I'm a team, these are all the people that have my back and that will help me make, be successful. And then I also have,
I put my lender on mine, because I have him in-house with me, so I
Yeah,
put my lender on my team.
totally. I do a success leaves clues, and if you're new, you may not have this, but once you start, getting things that, awards or, sales numbers, you can have that. I have, and again, you can totally copy me, list with me. So if I'm sending one of these things out to somebody that I'm hoping to list their house, I have a list, and I did this in Michael Lewis Marketing Suite. Here's all the services I provide, and you may not provide the same services as me, but
Can we move this
You can-
binder around?
you can totally copy me if you want. And then also I did this was in Michael Lewis Marketing, and it's just 10 reasons to,
That, yeah,
10
copy that
reasons
too.
why my buyers and sellers choose me. And so again, you can totally copy.
What's your, do you have, an idea of the success rate, like actual clients you get from those mailers?
So, I just started doing this, but I've gotten one, and that one listing has led to 2 more. And so, I need to be better at really committing to myself to doing like 5 of these a week. Even this is if I say too big of a number, I won't do it. I know myself. But I want to do more of these because, there's no point, in my opinion, of mailing a postcard out to 400 people in your neighborhood.
Right.
And also the things that I want to work smarter, not harder this year, because I want to see my family. Like that's the hardest part for me is the time. I'm going to target, death of joint tenants in areas where houses are selling for 700 plus. Like, then I can like literally work half as much as if I'm doing a bunch of listings that are 300, 400. So, I mean, to me, I'm really going to work this year on targeting where I'm spending my marketing dollars. So this is one way without cold calling,
But you can follow up with a door knocking thing. So it's like, instead of going to every house in Land Park, now I've sent this out to 16 sellers or, potential sellers that I'm targeting intentionally. Now I can go stop by. Now I can come leave a little gift and leave like my door hanger. And then maybe the next time I actually knock and I try to talk to them, you can slowly work on those people and focus on that rather than I'm gonna bring a little gift to every house in Land Park. That's not gonna work.
And your title rep can also
much.
get you potentially emails and phone numbers for these people that they're pulling lists for the death of joint tenants or the down buyers. Not all the phone numbers are correct and not all the emails are correct, but you can still add them to your database, the emails, and you can try to call and see if like, hey, Sally May, this is Jenny from Keller Williams. I just wanted to let you know, see if you received my CMA. In the letter that I include, which you can email me for too, I just say like, I try not to be really like pushy in any of my marketing. It's just like, hey, the market is crazy, home values are high. I thought you might be interested to know what your house is worth and for these reasons, not just to sell your house, but if you're going to finance your house, if you're trying to take an equity line out, or I think in my letter I say, or if you just want to know if your house is worth more than your neighbors or something like that, like, and of course, if you want to list, but, so I have a personalized letter and then I hand sign it and I put it,
Pass these.
yeah, go ahead. So it's personal. It's not just, a postcard that nobody took any effort to send out and, or you can put a stamp. So it's personal. It's a letter hand signed by me. It's not even photocopied. It's like a blue wet signature in every single one.
Yeah, no, when I just got my license, it was between Keller Williams and another brokerage, and it's the one that sent me a handwritten note,
Totally.
and I got a bunch of them. I
Yep.
have them in the stack, and then I actually called the one, I liked it, I was like, oh, you could tell it was an actual post-it on top of the packet.
Right. Well,
It's just a nice
No.
personal touch, like you actually
Yeah.
cared, you took the time to care, it's not just some
Yeah,
typed letter that
mass
everybody's
produced,
doing. You wanna
Well,
stand out.
And all your business, is in your phone. Like 99% of my business and my success has come from the people I know.
Yep.
Like I said, I don't door knock. We happen to know a lot of people. And even if you don't know a lot of people right now, you can start today knowing a lot of people. Just, like I make sure that I know everybody at my grocery store's name, or everybody at my favorite restaurant's name, everybody in my kid's school.
Well, then back to adding on social media. So something that I've done is I've searched through hashtags, like hashtag Sacramento lawyer. I'm gonna follow all these Sacramento lawyers because they're people who make money, they're successful. Let me follow them. Then maybe if I start engaging on their posts, maybe they'll be like, wait, who's this following me? And start to follow me back, anything like that. If you don't have a bunch of friends already on your social media, there's ways to go about doing it. Like that's what the hashtags are helpful for, because then they're local. If it says, if you do hashtag El Dorado Hills, Carmichael, whatever, that they'll be local. So that's one way to go about finding people to add and follow.
Right, and so taking the sphere that you have, because I guarantee you all have more than enough business in your phone right now, if you were to continue to reach out to them. So not only should you pursue people you don't know, but you should spend the majority of your time pursuing people that you do know. And so, like you said, the handwritten. So in addition to adding 5 people on Facebook each day, my goal is to also each week send 5 handwritten letters out to people in my sphere. And so like this is just this is a cute little thing my daughter drew. So I took one of her drawings, I scanned it, I put it on a card, and it has like her name and her signature and the date she did it. And I use these to handwrite to send to just random people. And you don't have to, it doesn't have to be long. It could just be like, hey, just, been thinking about you, hope you guys are doing well, and you don't even have to make it about real estate. It's just touching you. And then guess what? They'll call and say, oh my God, I got the card you sent with Haley's picture on it. Thank you so much. And then you start asking about them. And every time you ask about them, it's inevitably going to come back to you. They're going to, what are you doing? Oh my God, you're at Keller Williams? How's that going? So really, it's just because how cool is it to get a handwritten card in the mail?
Well, and then what about client gifts that we brand to ourselves? So I did
Yeah.
sangria baskets for all of my previous clients, and I hand delivered them. And in the basket, it was all the things you needed to make a huge batch of sangria at the holidays for your family. And I put in 2 stemless wine glasses with my logo. So it's like, it wasn't just like, here's a mug with my logo. It was an actual gift, and then that was included, but it was still branded to me. Now you have 2 glasses in your house that have my logo on it. You're gonna drink wine out of it. You have a friend over, they're like, what is this? You start getting talked about. So things like that.
Something to take a photo of.
Yeah, they all did. Yeah, they all tag you, take a photo. Look what the best realtor ever left at my doorstep. So continuing to give love to who you've already had as a past client is huge.
Totally. And so like for my clients, and again, we're lucky that we're at the point where we have clients, but once you start getting clients, I spend a majority of your budget on loving on them,
Mhm.
So, and our
Client events.
the gifts that we did at Christmas, they weren't cheap. Like I did, I went to Home Goods and I bought 40 blankets, like the soft fuzzy blankets that they have, and that all have like cute holiday patterns on them, or the red, super soft one. I did that. I did a candle, and I did like a little match thing that said like holiday wish on it, like a canister of matches, and just a card from me. And I sent it out I dropped it off on all my clients' doorsteps. And like I got so many people, like you said, that were like, oh my God, like who doesn't like a nice warm blanket?
And who doesn't want a gift, a random gift? Like,
Right.
and your realtor did that. Now you're gonna talk about how cool your realtor is.
Well, and I would just say one of them that was just raving about this blanket, like I just got referred, $900,000 their dad just bought a $900,000 house. Like,
She dropped off a blanket.
Yeah, I mean,
Like when we really break it down, it's because she dropped off a blanket.
yeah, I spent like $35 a person on like people, and it was probably a little bit more because I did go, I wrapped it all cute, and it
Well,
all
and you can
adds
get to
up.
that point. It can be something small. It can grow to something bigger once you're making more money. It doesn't have to always be something like
A website that I really like that has pretty inexpensive, really cute things is called marketdwellings.com. And they have all these cute little cards. So if I don't want to do something like expensive, like, you know, a holiday gift, which is really just a one time, like I do these things and I mail them out. And like this one was a jackpot. I did a $1 lottery ticket and actually stick a penny here too. So it's super cute. And then you put your business card and it's just like, I've hit the jackpot with a client like you. And again, people are so excited to get something in the mail and, you know.
So when you say not expensive.
So like, I don't know, for 20 of these, it was like $15 or something. I mean, it wasn't.
Well, I handmade Valentine's because I'm a nerd and I just already have all that stuff. Like I have little Japanese papers and stuff I already own. So I actually make it to take that long. I handmade all the Valentines and then got a scratcher, $1 scratcher to put into that and mailed those out. So it really cost me the scratchers and the postage because I already had all the other little things. to mail.
Right. Yeah, in the fall, I do this one again from marketdwellings.com and I do a gift, $5 gift card to Starbucks. And again, it's a chance for like, I guarantee you, like 90% of the people who get them, they call me, and thank me. And then that's a chance for me to talk to them. And I'm reminding them every time I'm doing one of these, Jenny's real estate agent. And you know, and when I, you know, even if they don't need my services, they have their own sphere. Every person, you know, has their own sphere that may need your services. So it's really just keeping top of mind.
We're almost out of time, but I want to share one thing about an event. So I did a roller skating party for my clients last year. And for the roller skating party, I had a photo booth and I actually got, it's called a Sapien repeat. So it's my logo background. And now I have that for any event. So now any event that I do, I can bring my background that has all the Amithyst logos on it and everybody will take pictures and they'll tag you at any event you throw for your clients and they'll post it with your logo. And that cost me like, I think $280 for this giant backdrop with my logo on it.
Okay, so this is, I guess, my Facebook page and,
See, we even promote our own class.
well, you have to, yeah. I mean, we were at a class yesterday and we tagged ourselves and I found a joke. Yeah, but I also do the things like one of my most important things of me doing it isn't real estate this year. I don't really care how much I make. What the most important thing to me is being healthy because I've been very unhealthy for the past 2 years. And so like I tag myself every day.
Every workout.
Orange Theory. Like I go and I work really hard every day.
I was trying to find one of your.
I know I've
One of what?
my
red
real
carpets.
estate ones.
Well, I saw a real estate one, but it wasn't a red carpet.
Okay.
But I
keep
do
going
like
down.
that you post when you get a listing and then like 3 days later, you're like, closed, pending.
Yeah, so like this one was a listing that was closed, like, you know, and I only do the red carpet things when it's a buyer. When it's a listing, you know, it's not really, they're not getting a key.
Yeah,
They're giving a key.
Do my personal one, so Instagram.
Yeah, and she's really good at Instagram. I need to get better at
You
Instagram.
do it through here? How?
Well, I mean, you could just do this, but
Is that okay? Well, you want me a lot of things.
You just go to Instagram.
just go to Instagram.
Well, I've never done that.
Yeah, you can go there on the.
Okay,
you
well,
gotta
I
spell it
can't
right.
spell.
Well, they knew what she was talking about generally.
Do I just?
Just log into one of them. unless
Well,
they-
yeah, but is it gonna
Okay.
make?
There you go. Just search.
I was like, I don't know what Amy's got on her.
Well, it's on the work thing.
This one? Well,
Yeah, do with Amethyst page. Because then I can show like a mix on my personal page. So I'm doing a post now called Small Business Spotlight. So like, that's what this is. So I feature a local business. I ask 3 questions to them about their business. I write a little thing about it. And then that way I'm engaging other business owners who have their own sphere. And now they like me because I promoted them for free. So that's one of the things that I've been doing. You know, there's a post of me and my mom, so I mix everything in. Here's a lovely photo by David.
I
know. In the back.
I've used David on every single one of my listings since I became a real estate agent. He's the
So
best.
that's in Florida.
And I have my same set of hashtags I use for every single post. And I'll add, there's room for me to add like 2 or 3. So I add 2 or 3 specific to what the post is at the bottom of that. but I copy and paste my set ones in all the time so that I have it. Do I not have it on that one? It's like the one. I don't
Well,
have it
this is
on.
about becoming a real estate agent.
So yeah, that's like my list.
And also you can go on Pinterest and search hashtags or Google, like literally anywhere.
Well, and now that I have, okay, so it took me a while because I tried to do these like pending and sold posts through Canva, which you can do for free.
Yeah.
And finally, I've got it down to where I can go into Canva now and I just switch out the picture. So now for every time I'm doing pending, it's gonna be pending at the bottom, my logo, my DRE, and I just change the picture. And then it's like sold is a different one and I just switch out the picture. So it's pretty easy once you like get a thing down and then your branding is consistent.
But yeah, you should all be tagging yourselves right now that you're taking a marketing class at Keller Williams, because then people, again, are reminding you, like, not only are you a real estate agent, but you're really working hard to learn and, you know, be a better marketing person for them and their business, their listing.
But then you still post, like, it was like pictures of me on vacation. It's like, here I am, I'm a real person, I'm having fun. I don't want it to always be about real estate, so you pepper in personal things along.
But she
Yes.
still tagged Keller Williams and she still tagged like
Yep,
real estate.
yep. Does anybody have any
Question.
ahas, questions?
The
It
whole
was a
class
great
was
class,
fun.
ladies.
I know, I was gonna say.
So yeah, my cards are right there, and her cards are right there. If you're gonna take our cards, like, we are an open book.
And these, like, if, oh, I don't know if you guys use list reports for open houses, but they're super easy because you just pop in the MLS number and it'll help design it for you. I was able to pick Berkshire Hathaway's color, purple, because it goes with my branding. So I don't
That's what
know.
I do.
Yeah,
Same thing.
like that was easy. So these are really nice and easy for your open house flyers if you didn't know where to do it from. And these are up for grabs.
How
So
did
you wanna take any of these with
Don't you
you?
have to hook up with a lender though to do
No,
that?
you can do it on your own. So
how did you get the information
But
on the
David-
back of your open house form?
it comes with it. They do it.
That's
It's
amazing.
all, you don't do anything. You put in the address and they populate
Yeah,
all of these things.
So when I was looking at your binder, I was like, I don't know how she did this, but this is
List
amazing.
reports. So
Like,
take this with you.
amazing.
That, these are all up for grabs. Take
Yeah.
these things with you.
And then
What's the
also.
website?
List reports.
List reports right on the bottom.
It's awesome. Super easy.
It's on the bottom.
Kenny, what was this website again?
Marketdwellings.com.
You got,
Yeah, and what I like about that is you can buy small quantities,
Yeah.
you know, you can buy 15, you can buy 5. The other thing that I get a lot of cute little marketing stuff from, if you've ever been to the SAR store, like the Sacramento.
Oh, yeah, they have some really cute things.
So like
at
those
that
little
store.
magnet things, like I give them to all my friends, so they can put them on their, you know.
I don't have my DRE. Can I still go there? Like, even if I don't have my.
I think you can go there.
Yeah, you don't have to show.
You're just waiting?
Yeah, they don't-
Like you
You
passed
just
your
get a
test, are you just
Yeah.
waiting?
I'm just waiting for my
You
license.
can
I did
buy
it that way too. I didn't realize I could do all the stuff on the front end and
Wait,
basically get.
you're waiting for your license to print?
Yeah.
I've already passed my exam. I'm just waiting for my number. It's not.
No, I did it the same way she did it, which nobody told me to do it the other way, and I had to wait 4 months for my DRE number after I passed the
And you
test.
can't, you should be able to go online.
I hadn't done fingerprinting yet, and then I had to do all that. I had to wait for all that, because I was told I could do it on the front end.
Just.
I
It's us.
did, mine on the front end.
Yeah, why would I know? I would have, nobody told me, so it held me up for like 4 months. But then I started clean at the beginning of that year, so it was